goes good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hello YouTube, and welcome to Top Tier RRB. Today, I'm flying up the Dassault Mirage IIIC, capping off the current French air tree. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get an ace game in this plane, certainly not for lack of trying. So to make up for it, I've decided to showcase 3 games in this video instead of my usual 1. Now, like all top tier jets, the stock grind on the Mirage makes me want to gouge out my eyeballs with a rusty razor. Unlike most top-tier jets, however, this plane actually can research missiles right from Tier 1. Granted, they're just AIM-9Bs, but if you catch an enemy napping at the stick, you can still make them work. Tier 2 is where the real fun begins. There you find the Matra R530 semi-active radar homing missile, or, as I like to think of it, the Saturn V. This missile is extremely good for long-range sniping. On the downside, as you can see here, its weight makes it rather clumsy, and it's easy to dodge if the enemy sees it coming. For the majority of your grind in the Mirage, the AIM-9B and the R530 will be your only missiles, and even fully upgraded, the Mirage still only gets 3 missiles. That means you have to rely on your guns a whole lot. All that practice with the Difa cannons on lower tier French jets pays off here. Something the Mirage is really good at is dodging missiles. Its delta wing design lets you instantly change your flight vector and juke the missile right before it hits you, assuming you have enough airspeed. The trouble with the Mirage is that its agility comes at a steep cost. Its engine is actually very weak for its tier, and so its acceleration is slow. To make matters worse, its delta wing turns the whole plane into an air brake whenever you turn, so you bleed speed extremely quickly. This means that using the Mirage's maneuverability is actually a very risky decision. If you can help it, stay fast, because otherwise you'll end up dogpiled. The Mirage is, in my opinion, the sexiest looking plane at top tier. But we all know it's got more than just looks. There's something I've neglected to mention up until now. The thing that makes the Mirage the feared apex predator it is. The Matra R550 Magic 1. The Magic is hands down the best air-to-air missile in the game. With a top speed of Mach 2.7, most enemies don't even see it coming. If they do, its insane turning performance makes mincemeat of them anyway. Even flares don't stop it half the time, since its low FOV seeker head is very difficult to distract. I only wish I could have more of them. If you've watched my previous videos on French jets, you know how much I love the Difa cannons. Unfortunately, even I have to admit they're not very well suited for top tier combat. They still do amazing damage, of course, but the low muzzle velocity of the shells is a real hindrance when all of your targets are traveling at Mach speed. In subsonic jets, the Difa cannons are deadly up to around a kilometer. In supersonics, though, you can barely guarantee a hit inside of 500 meters. Nonetheless, they still do the job once you hit. This final battle showcases the Mirage in its prime, with engine upgrades and its best missile loadout. Because of its underpowered power plant, I don't think the Mirage will ever be quite as meta-defining as the F4E and MiG-21 BIS, unless of course those planes get put up to a higher battle rating, like they should. Nonetheless, its combination of unique flight characteristics and fantastic weapon systems make the Mirage IIIC a force to be reckoned with. If you're grinding France, make sure to grind to the top. Enjoy the rest of the footage.
Bye.